Hello everybody, today we are reviewing the Firecons on this episode of Peteman Reviews. Now there are 3 Firecons in total, so you've got Cindersaur, Flamefeather and Sparkstalker. I'm reviewing all 3 because the transformation on them is ludicrously simple, and you'd be looking at perhaps a minute-long video if I did it all individually, so it's just not worth doing it. So now these are the Decepticon equivalents of the Autobots, who were 3 Autobots released were the Sparkbots, or Sparkerbots. Firecons at least sounds better, and the idea is that when they are rolled along the ground, this wheel will rotate and it will grind against a little stone and sparks will come out of their mouths. Now, I don't believe any of these have got working sparks yet anymore, because over time the sparks do wear down, which of course once that actually goes means that you've then lost the gimmick. But the idea with all of them is to see they've got a rudimentary wheel there, no wheel at the back, and that is the rear wheel, and as they go along it would produce sparks, which would harmless friction sparks, which would come out of their mouths, hence Firecons. They didn't have very many appearances in the comics, and what appearances they had was usually in this mode, the old mode. I'm not entirely sure what they're meant to be, given this is robots in disguise. Their disguise gargoyles, perhaps. You know, it's interesting that 2 of them have got the ability to fly, but 1 does not. They're all you give the impression of having some feathers or scales moulded on. There we are, a little rough texture to the body. And that one is particularly more the impression of feathers. Mind you, it's called Flamefeather, so we should have some impression of that. This guy, quite what he's meant to be other than a gargoyle, I don't know. He doesn't actually have any hands, but nevertheless, there we go. Okay, so transformation-wise, we'll start with Cindersaur here. Cindersaur I did actually have as a kid. It's not this exact model, this exact one, but yeah, here's the one that I perhaps recognise the most. Okay, so that's the old mode. Robot mode, flipping round, tail goes like that, up. You can see the legs are already moulded on there. Head goes up like that, and that slides like that. You could have the head like that, you could have the head like that. It's probably meant to be like that, given those bits there. That's it. That is it. That is the level of articulation you get. So, save this one, tail goes up, head have like that side, and the wings go like that. And that is it. Same deal here. It's just, the mind boggles, doesn't it? Utter rubbish. Utter rubbish. I mean, in terms of actual robot mode, well, they're all identical. Okay, so that's one of the issues. But just look at them. Yeah, they have no articulation whatsoever. Well, perhaps that's a bit harsh. The legs do move. They waggle like that. That is it for that. But other than that, you know, the arms don't move, the heads don't do anything. You know, words fail me. They're really, really poor. I mean, the Sparker bots are bad enough. But at least his arms waggle up and down a bit. I know his legs don't, that's the penal trade-off, with the arms waggle up and down a bit. And his transformation is, let's face it, as simple as well. Whoa, that was hard. That was really hard to transform in. But it's awful. I mean, even Wheelie is a better character. He's actually similar height, if not slightly taller. But he's got more articulation. Not much more, but he's got more than these guys. They are abysmal. Now, I know these are the cheap points. I know the spark gimmick was the selling point for it. It's like they made no effort whatsoever with the robot forms. They really haven't. And it really shows just how crap they look in robot mode. This is why I think nearly every appearances, bar maybe one that I can think of, has them in the alt mode, because the robot mode is just dire. So, should you buy these? Absolutely not. The only point of getting them is if you're trying to complete your collection, or you're trying to make a YouTube video, or you might remember them from when you were a kid. Otherwise, avoid like the plague. I think that's it. Enough said on those. Please leave any comments below. Click on the other links, and we'll see you for some better Transformers later on. They're not all good. These are the examples of where they're not good. Still, I suppose they have a curiosity value. Unfortunately, when the gimmick's gone, that takes away a lot of that curiosity value. But hey, there you go. Yeah, I think that's all we can say on that. Anyway, bye everybody, and we'll see you again on the next episode. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.